Next, let's talk about driving. So driving is the same kind of thing. Choose your route wisely, red cell the area, think of where would you position as a bad guy and what type of things you would do. First thing is lock your vehicle's doors when parked, when you're driving, or when you're outside of your car. So when in doubt, just keep those car doors locked. Again, endless crimes where people drive around with their car doors open and a criminal just whips open the door and has easy access to the victim. So keep your car doors locked. That's your first kind of line of defense right there. Keep your fuel above a quarter tank. Some would say a half tank. Either way, doesn't matter to me, but make sure that your vehicle is in good condition and you have enough gas to easily get to and from where you're going, including an unexpected journey somewhere else. Definitely make sure that you have the availability to get to gas stations or power recharging stations on your route so that you're not left vulnerable. Adjust your mirrors so you can completely see around your vehicle. A lot of people don't really do a good job of this, I don't think, but you should be able to kind of observe 360 around your vehicle with your mirrors. Another thing that can help is to get one of those small convex mirrors, and you'll find, based on your vehicle and your mirror setup, a spot where you can put one of those convex mirrors and it gives you a wide, almost a fisheye view around your car, especially in those areas that kind of become dead zones for you or areas that you can't observe. They're relatively cheap. Just stick them on one of your other mirrors and it will really enhance your security and your awareness around your vehicle. Now, set your auto lock features. This can get pretty complicated. I know with my newer cars, I have to go through the manual and figure out how to set my locks. So if you generally travel by yourself, when you hit the unlock button, the only door that should unlock should be your driver's door. And then as soon as you get in and start your car or put it in drive or reverse, it should auto lock. So there's a way to get in there and manipulate that for you based on your individual situation, but pay attention to it. It can definitely enhance your safety and make the job of getting those car doors locked a lot easier. You should equip your car with a trauma kit, not just a standard first aid kit. Of course, have one of those, but you want some type of kit to stop serious bleeding, and a basic first aid kit will not do it. You can get these kits for about $100. If you ever need it, it'll be the best $100 you've ever spent. And you may never need to seriously defend your life against a criminal attack, but I can almost guarantee you that you will have to face somebody who's bleeding severely and have to deal with that. And it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. Also consider having an improvised or ready weapon within reach. Now pay attention to your local laws regarding concealed weapons, and whether it's a concealed dangerous weapon or a concealed deadly weapon may make a difference. For example, a can of pepper spray with some Velcro to an area of your car that while you're driving that you quickly reach to and deploy it might be a good idea. You can have other objects, obviously, anything, sharp, or that could be used to blind a person, or something that's hard that can be used to strike. Position it in your car in the same spot every time. And again, consider using something like Velcro or some other means to be able to grab it, rip it out quickly, and get to use with it. Pay attention to your local laws. Don't get yourself in trouble. Store a spare phone for emergency calls. A lot of people do not know that all phones manufactured past a certain date have to have the capability to call 911 even without a plan. So keep a spare phone in your car. Maybe you're out and you get mugged or robbed, or your phone breaks, or maybe you're in an accident and the phone that you have floating around inside your car gets broken. This gives you a secondary means of communication to at least call 911. And if you set it up the right way and you have Wi-Fi somewhere nearby, you can still text and do things like that. So keep that spare cell phone. Scan the road ahead as much as you can. Now, it's kind of a rookie mistake is to look only as far as you need to. It's the same thing when you're doing room clearing. You don't just look into the next room. You get your eyes up and look as far ahead as you reasonably can based on the situation. And that way you can spot danger early. Don't just drive to the next light. Look a couple lights ahead. Anticipate what's going on based on the people around the traffic and the traffic itself. Avoid pedestrians that are near the curb. Just, when in doubt, choose a safer lane away from them, but also a lane that allows you to escape easily. And discourage strangers from approaching your car. So if you make eye contact and smile at somebody who's got a sign up begging, they're more likely to approach you. So I'm not saying don't give them a look like, oh, I see you, but then look ahead like, I don't need you. And generally, they'll get the idea that you're not a person that they're going to waste a lot of time with. If they do approach your car, consider getting out of there. So make sure you have an escape route. The simple way to see that you have an escape route from the front, and I found this works with almost every vehicle, is if you can see the bottom of the rear tires of the vehicle in front of you where they hit the pavement. So if you're far enough back that your hood doesn't obstruct where their tires hit the pavement, you generally have enough space to maneuver around them quickly. So keep that in mind. That's a good thing to pass on to the younger members of your family that are just learning how to drive. In case of a threat, prioritize life over property. Even if you're going to cause a minor accident, as long as you're not going to hurt anybody, don't be afraid to push through a car, to crease a car, damage a car, hop a curb, run over a sign, whatever it takes to get out of there. Prioritize your life first. Worry about the damage to your property later. You may have an issue with insurance if you willfully do one of those actions, but it's better to be alive and worry about that insurance later. Be alert to individuals that follow you home. A new trend is called jugging or follow home attacks. And sometimes they will position people in a bank and they'll wait for people to make large withdrawals. They'll call their buddy, they'll follow them for some distance. And then when they get out to go to their home, that's when they hit them and they'll rob them of their goods. So there's a lot more follow home robberies than there used to be. So be on the lookout for that. If you see the same person at a bank or at a jewelry store, for example, and then you notice them 15 miles later in your neighborhood, that's probably a sign that they're following you for a reason. Just like when you're walking and when there's any anticipation of trouble, you just walk, walk, walk. The same thing with your car. The first thing they teach anybody in special operations or the counterterrorism world, if you're ambushed in a vehicle, everybody in the vehicle yells, drive, drive, drive 3 times. So get off the X, use that car as your primary tool, and get the heck out of there and remove yourself from the problem. Again, look for those outs, have those outs planned ahead of time, and don't be afraid to do a little bit of damage on your way to safety.